What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And before I get started on this hilarious article right here, I did want to say happy Thanksgiving to all the subscribers out there, everybody that even watches these videos. You stumble upon this video, you see random rants, you're saying what this guy got to say now, and you click on it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very, very much. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thanksgiving with all your families and friends. And then thank you for taking time out just to watch me talk about the CW for a little bit. So check this out. The CW was losing $2 for every $1 it earned. This thing was absolutely burning up money, and they weren't profitable whatsoever. Now, there's a reason for that. We'll get to the behind the scenes stuff, but let's go ahead and just take a quick peek at what this article has to say, talking about a new analysis reveals that the CW, recently sold by Paramount and Warner Brothers to Nexstar, was losing twice as much money as it was making. That's absolutely crazy when you sit back and think about it, man. Like, this media group, the CW, was really not profitable for itself, okay? It was making money for some other cast, but it wasn't profitable for itself. It was costing more money for the CW to produce stuff than it was for making it. It's absolutely insane. Home of the popular television franchises like Arrowverse, Supernatural, The Vampire Diaries was reportedly losing double what it earned prior to its sale in mid-2022. So it says here, per The Hollywood Reporter, an analysis of new owner Nexstar's SEC filings for this quarter in 2021 and 2022 confirmed the CW had a quarterly revenue of about $100 million for an estimated annual total of between $370 million to $405 million, but it had annual losses between $300 to $400 million. While the CW never made a profit since its creation in 2006, this company has never been profitable. Not one time since it was created in 2006. These figures mean that the network could have started costing almost $2 for every $1 it made for owners Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery. So it says Nexstar basically required the network from co-owners Warner Brothers and CBS Studios in August, gaining 75% of the network and $54 million for its trouble. Warner Brothers and CBS each were left with 12.5% ownership in the CW. The network itself never made money for the owners, but its programming was produced by the studios that owned it, who then benefited from the international sales and a $1 billion deal made with Netflix in 2010. And there it is. There it is. That's how they got away with this stuff. And this is where it talks about it in this Hollywood Reporter article. The network has consisted exclusively of scripted originals produced by both CBS and Warner, supplemented by a few unscripted shows and low-cost Canadian series acquired to help flesh out its slate. While the network wasn't designed to turn a profit, both studios were making money thanks in part to a 2010 $1 billion Netflix output deal, as well as international sales for well-known titles such as Dynasty. While that model proved extremely fruitful, the network's parent companies opted against extending the Netflix deal in order to bolster their respective streamers, HBO Max and Paramount Plus, with CW programming instead of seeing that all of their originals land on Netflix. So basically, they got to the point where they were like, yo, we don't even need to make money off the CW. We just need to make money off of Netflix, okay? We'll make this content, we'll sell it to Netflix for way more than it's worth, okay? Netflix got bamboozled, in my opinion, okay? But nevertheless, Netflix had all of this CW content. You guys know that, all right? So every year, Netflix would just roll out the previous season that had already been out, and they got $1 billion out of that, okay? Probably split it up 50-50. Hey, nice deal, okay? They never had to produce good content for what they were putting out, okay? That's why they didn't turn a profit on CW, because nobody was really interested in buying it, paying ad space and everything for these whack shows, okay? It had no, remember, we looked at this. I brought this chart up earlier. I don't know when I brought this up, but I'll link the video above so that you guys can go and check it out. But I brought this chart up showing you how many people were actually watching the CW, okay? And you can see this last column here is average millions of viewers, okay? So you see the arrow. Arrow was doing pretty good, 3.6, 3.2, 3.5, okay? But then as you see, it's like lower and lower as each season developed, okay? People started tuning out less and less. Arrow got worse, okay? They changed the time slots, all right? Thursday, they were at Wednesday, then they went to Thursday, then they went to Monday, then they went to Tuesday. So when you start changing around time slots, the show's not doing very well, and and you're just trying to hunt and peck and try to find a good spot while you get other stuff moved into its original spot. But you can see just millions of viewers kept going down. Same with The Flash. Flash, yeah, it was doing pretty good, 4.6, 4.2, 3.5, so on and so on. But you can see down as things progressed, it got worse, okay? But same with Supergirl. Supergirl started out like a house on fire, right? 9 million people, whoa. But then look what happened immediately following that. Yeah, its season started to develop. Yep, less and less people are watching it. It's down to like maybe 1 million people a week. Terrible. Okay, that's really bad. That's bad for a major television show. Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow never really got off the ground, right? Had that 3.6 at first, then immediately jumped to 2.5. You can see here down towards the end, they to be determined. We don't really know what it was doing in 2021, right? We still don't know. Okay, because this thing was that bad, all right? Same with Black Lightning. Black Lightning never got off the ground. And then Batwoman. Oh my God, Batwoman just started out bad, right? And it never got better. So you can see from all accounts that the CW just wasn't making enough to justify its existence, okay? The only reason that this thing continued to get pumped out is because Warner Brothers and CBS could sell it to Netflix. That was it. That was the only reason. Oh yeah, Netflix will buy it. All right, cool. Here's another season of this crap, okay? They never had to make a good show to make money. That's a big lesson. They were burning money up, all right? They were burning through money on the front end, okay? Advertisers weren't interested, fans weren't interested, but then they could sell this crap to Netflix. That's the danger of streaming, folks, okay? But you're starting to see that it's not working anymore because basically now streaming is almost maxed out, okay? It's almost maxed out. So when they finally said, you know what, everybody's moving their stuff to their own little individual platforms, HBO Max is going to get the HBO Max stuff, Paramount Plus is going to get all the CBS stuff. They're like, why do we have this? Let's go ahead and just pull the plug out on all of this stuff. Let's get rid of this CW nonsense. Let's send that off to the oblivion, okay? And now that's Nextstar's problem. As it says here, when both owners chose to move their CW programming in-house streaming services, HBO Max and Paramount Plus, the business model reportedly became unsound. This is wholly unsound. Now here comes the hard part, as the local TV giant needs to find a way to stem the steep losses the CW is facing. For now, it has agreed to carry 12 scripted series from the previous owners, primarily for the 2022-23 season. But after that, it will turn to new entertainment chief Brad Schwartz to chart a new, much less expensive cost strategy. We just have to be scrappier. If we do script it, we have to figure out a smart way of doing it, he told the Hollywood Reporter. You got to stay away from the woke stuff. I'm gonna tell you that right now, Brad. Okay, keep the woke stuff out of it. Okay, keep all the woke nonsense out of it. Okay, you got a brand name. Okay, the CW. I don't know what you can do with that because it's kind of like trash at this point. But you may be able to turn this thing into something if you just say, hey, you know what? Let's focus on shows and series that people want to watch. Let's listen to the fandoms that are out there. Let's hear what they have to say, okay? That's the smart way going forward. I don't know if he's going to do it, but that's the smart way going forward. It says here the CEO, Leanne Gila, told a financial conference that the company intends to take $155 million from the sale of a property in Chicago and funnel it into the network. That goes a long way to funding the investment that we're going to have in the CW, the executive said. Yeah, I mean, this is a good little chunk of money that you could put into something, but what are you going to do with it? The question is, what are you going to do with it? What's the investment that you're talking about? What's the investment? And are you investing in fans? Are you investing in what people actually want to watch? Okay. Are you going to invest in more woke crap that people aren't going to tune in for? Okay. And it's going to lead to this type of stuff that you see over here, right? All of these diminishing ratings that they see, that the CW, specifically the Arrowverse, where, you have a great idea. Supergirl starts out here, right? Starts out at 9.8 and then 6 seasons it's finishing here. Okay. I mean, like, I would understand like half, right? Like, okay, maybe half of the people that watched it at the beginning are still on board. You lost half your audience. Man, they lost almost everybody. I mean, good God. That's like 90% of your audience damn near, okay? From season 1 to season 2, it dropped. So this is the issues that you got to figure out. How do we fix this nonsense that we were doing here? Or are they just going to go in a completely different direction? They probably can't touch the superhero stuff like they used to because all of that stuff is going back to HBO. But what will they put in place? And can they rub off this stain? The stain of the CW is this stuff here, okay? Can they avoid this nonsense, or are they going to continue to double down on woke like the CW did itself? Anyway, folks, give me your thoughts. Give me your opinions in the comments below. You know what to do. Thanks for watching. See you next time.